This Cornwall Channel broadcast has been in part funded by the following companies: Mitchell and Webber.
Ithesowchwi o Mirasorth, Canol Kerno.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Cornwall Channel. We're here just outside Greensplat, and as you can see behind us, the Great Lakes. Yeah, anyway, Shane.
You're going to get mullered for that. It's not the Great Lakes, it's the Imerys Claywork. Big heritage.
Very big. Loving the volcanoes as well.
Well, we hope you've had a good week. Coming up in this week's show, we went to the Penrice School, the community school there for the Rotary District's Assembly, where they had some fantastic children giving a presentation about their work with polio and the eradication of it. And they're this close to getting rid of it.
We then went on to you went on to the Troon show, didn't you, down near Camborne?
Yes, first time ever.
First time ever. Fantastic event down there. Lots of competitions with horses and the horsing world.
Yes, it was a really good experience, and it was a 70th show as well, so really good report there.
We've then got a brilliant piece from Robert Gray regarding John Chalice.
Marlene, my love. Marlene. And of course, don't forget to get hold of us on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Facebook address is, per usual, Ed,
facebook.com/Cornwall Channel, and Twitter is Shane.
At Cornwall Channel.
Enjoy the show.
Rotary plays a big part throughout the world, but indeed Cornwall and West Devon as well. I'm here with Stephen Lay. Stephen, can you explain your role within the Rotary?
Yes, I'm about to take over as the District Governor for Cornwall and West Devon. We have 41 clubs throughout that area and approximately 1,200 Rotarians. I'm extremely proud to represent this district. We're the home of shelter box, and if you look around the hall today, you'll see a number of other projects that we are instrumental in. One of those is the Overseas Project Team, where I describe it as Rotary International's largest recycling program. What it is, we take old service equipment like fire engines, ambulances, Land Rovers, computers, refurbish them and send them around the world, largely to Eastern Europe. 61 convoys, 19 fire engines, 7 Land Rovers. It's amazing what the Rotarians in this district do.
And can you tell us what exactly is going on here tonight?
Okay, Rotary, as you said, is an international organisation. We've got 1.25 million Rotarians in 200 countries. I represent Rotary International within this district, and I have to deliver certain messages to all of our Rotarians. And that is the purpose of what we call District Assembly. It's setting the scene for the oncoming Rotary year, which starts on the 1st of July.
And there's children involved in tonight, and why is that?
Well, we're very much involved in helping our youngsters achieve their potential, whether they're high achievers or middle stream. And what we've done is we've given these youngsters an opportunity to come here and tell my fellow Rotarians how they have engaged with Rotary recently. We have a team from Youth Speaks. In fact, we've got the best speakers from our Youth Speaks competition through the district to talk to the Rotarians today about the eradication of polio. The world doesn't really know that we are literally this close to eradicating polio. And I say we because Rotary started this in 1988. We convinced the World Health Organization and UNICEF to get involved. And the incidence of polio has decreased from about 350,000 cases to 23 this year so far. So we are this close. And my message, and the youngsters' message to the Rotarians will be, Rotary, please close this, okay? And we have a team of youngsters going to talk on that subject. And they were having fun doing this, okay? One of those youngsters has only been in this country for 3 years. She's from Kurdistan, and she won one of the Best Speaker awards in the junior section in Youth Speaks, in Rotary Youth Speaks. I think that's amazing.
My name is Vala Salah. I am your chairman today. I am from Mansfield Primary School in Plymouth. I came to this country from Kurdistan 3 years ago, and I recently won the Best Junior Youth Speaks in your Rotary District. To my right is Molly Clemens, who will be the main speaker. Molly comes from Crayon Primary School near Camborne. Only a few minutes ago, I found out that your district governor-elect, Stefan, went to the same primary school many years ago. Molly was a speaker in one of the winning Youth Speak teams this year when she spoke about the important effect Paralympics had on sports at the Olympics. To my left is Eva Edriff Anderson from Humphrey Davies School in Penzance. Eva won the District Youth Speaks Intermediate Best Speaker. She will give a vote of thanks. We have been invited to talk to you this evening about polio and how you are this close to eradicating it from the world. In Youth Speak presentations, we would like to involve our audience. So, Rotarians, if you see any of us doing this, please could you also do this? Can you show us now? We want to be sure that you are really listening. Let's practice. Very good.
Thank you, Vala, and good evening, everyone. My name is Molly, and I live near Campbell. I would like to talk to you this evening about polio and the importance of protecting children throughout the world against this illness. What exactly is polio, and why do we need to stop it spreading? It is a disease that can spread very easily and quickly. It is a disease that can cripple and kill. Although none of my friends have been affected by this illness, I know that when my grandparents were young, many children became ill and were crippled because they had polio. They had to wear heavy iron supports on their legs to help them walk again, and some even died because of this nasty infectious disease. It could not be prevented then because there was no vaccination in those days. And so the virus spread and affected thousands of children.
Penryn College has become only the second school in Cornwall to form a youth arm of the Rotary Club. Interacts Club, short for International Action, are for ages 12 to 18 and sponsored by local Rotary clubs. The aim of the Penryn College Interact Club is to develop members' leadership skills and self-confidence through teamwork, whilst raising money for charity. The club has been supported by the Rotary Club of Penryn and worked closely with Jim Henderson, Penryn Rotary Club's president-elect, his wife Jean, and Penryn's mayor, Gil Grant, who are both Rotarians. Here are just a couple of the projects we have been involved with over the last 12 months.
Together, we can create a brighter future for the world's children, beginning with a future free from polio. Rotary, you are this close. Rotary, please close this. Okay? Let's do that together. Rotary, you are this close. Rotary, please close this. Okay? At this stage, I would like to call on Rotarian Bill Clark of Trewithen Dairy to say a few words on how you can help. Please close this. Okay?
Wow, what an act to follow. I don't stand a chance. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Gil.
Troon Horse Show started in the recreation ground as a welcome home fund for the soldiers. And by what they told me, I wasn't there, they had cattle and all, and they were tied up in the recreation ground. But I got involved in 1953, and it was started 4 o'clock in the afternoons, just at Gymkhana in these fields here. And 1956, they went to Shitotton Farm, which was being farmed at that time by the late Harry Williams. And it was there until 1993. And I've been involved with them ever since, been chairman, president, and all sorts over the years. And it have grown a great deal in that time.
And what do you think the secret of its success is?
The committee staying together. You don't know no politics in a show committee. You must be all equal, and you all carry on. I stayed on the actual committee for 54 years. A younger generation is coming on, so I stood back and let the younger generation get on with it, and they've done a heck of a good job.
And what do you see the future of Troon Show being?
At the rate he's growing, he'll won another 17 acres.
I'm here under the training corps. My name's Sergeant Watson with the ATC, and we're here at the moment building the horse fences, a Troon horse show. We do this throughout the year when the horse season starts to just help our local communities and to raise awareness of ourselves, and also just to aid whatever help we can.
Today, Cornwall Channel have arrived here for the Troon Horse Show. If you can just introduce yourselves, first of all, starting with yourself.
I'm Sally Weedon, I'm the chair lady today.
Excellent. Sally, and yourself?
I'm Guy Vaughan, I'm the president of the show today.
And Guy, what is it about the Troon Show that is so special?
Well, this year, specifically being the 70th anniversary, through my wife's family, they've been fairly regulars for the, going back decades, and we've been regulars in the past few years as well, since we've been back down in Cornwall. It's a local show, it's always well attended. I've been very lucky with the weather today, but it's a lovely atmosphere, and there's a lot of people that we know here, and it's a really good community show.
Okay, and Sally, can you tell me your involvement, how you got involved with the Troon Horse Show?
Well, I've ridden at the Troon Horse Show for many years, as a junior and then as a senior as well. And a friend of ours, she was on the committee, and there were spaces on the committee, and I just thought, well, unless people get involved and get hands-on and run these shows, then, they're not going to happen. So we just got stuck in, really, and in a small way at first, and it's kind of grown, and now we've ended up doing more and more, but we thoroughly enjoy it, we really do.
And how many horses take part in today's event? Any of you?
Sally, probably best to answer that.
Well, I mean, I think they've had 150 entries in the showing. There's more entries in the unaffiliated show jumping. There's yet more entries in the affiliated show jumping. So I would say probably about 250 to maybe 300 entries here today. So yeah, quite a few.
And for those then who first time discovering Troon Horse Show, I must admit, me personally, only being from St Austell, not far away, I've never heard about it, I guess because I'm not necessarily into horses, but for those now discovering it, what's the best way to keep up to date with you guys?
On the website, I think, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. Yeah, we have our own Facebook page. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, just put them through Facebook and I'll do my best to give them some info.
Fantastic. Of course, word tells me, the guy, that you're actually a vet as well.
Yes, Sally's vet. So yeah, a lot of clients here today. It's just nice to see some faces out. Obviously, in the same conditions, show horses, jumping horses have to be fit and healthy, and it's good to see them looking so well today.
And is there any, potential fit, Grand National winners here?
Probably not Grand National winners, slightly different discipline. But probably some similar lines down the way. There's a lot of breeding that goes on and produces some good show jumpers from thoroughbred lines. So there's probably a few relatives.
Are you looking for something different and fun to do in Cornwall? Then why not get along to the Bodmin and Wentford Railway on the 31st of May for the Disco Train. Enjoy music from the 60s and Motown on the dance floor on board the train. Dance the night away or just sit and savour the music with DJ Martin Bate with his 60s to now vehicle roadshow. The price includes a fish or sausage and chip supper. Book now. If you live in Cornwall or you're just simply visiting, then you must take time to sample the mouth-watering Nepalese and Indian cuisine being offered by the Gurkha restaurant in St Austell. Enjoy the flavours and delights of their cooking in a relaxed and friendly restaurant. View their menu online at nepalesegurkha.co.uk or book a table on 01726 673 90. Four Kings Building Services, your local builder. Four Kings is based in Truro and works across Mid and West Cornwall. We undertake renovations, home extensions, loft conversions and new build projects, as well as all general carpentry and building work. With our team of fully qualified and highly skilled tradespeople, we are able to complete any building work from design right through to project completion. Call 01872 277920. Bordering Mullion Cove's picturesque beach and harbour, Island View Holiday Apartments offer you an opportunity to relax and unwind. With magnificent sea views and direct access to the coastal path, at Island View you can enjoy timeless beauty and tranquility. Island View is a classic Cornish home that was lovingly redeveloped into 2-bedroom apartments, remaining true to its original character, but incorporating modern standards. We offer an attractive escape with all the comforts of home.
Well, I'm here in Bodmin, where this property sells for £150,000. Now, normally this will cost you anywhere between £1,500 to £3,000 in agent fees and commissions. Now, why would you want to do that when there is a new way of selling your property for just £499? That's it. No fuss, no gimmicks, no catches, just £499. To market your property, visit facdirect.co.uk or give them a call on 01726 814 935.
Cornwall could hardly be further from the high-rise flats of South London. But recently a piece of Peckham passed over the Plymouth Bridge, bringing with them a close connection to the Lizard Peninsula. I'm on my way to see John Challis, better known as the national treasure Boise from the iconic series Only Fools and Horses. He's in Cornwall to meet his Cornish fans and sign copies of his latest book. John, how lovely to see you, and thank you for coming to Waterstones in Truro.
Well, it's absolutely great to be here.
This is far from the first time John has been here. He's been a regular visitor for many years.
1969, something like that. I came down here with a girlfriend, and her parents had a caravan in Trearnan Bay, just on the bluff up above Trearnan Bay, and it was out of season, and at the time I thought it was one of the most romantic places I've ever been to. I actually tried surfing.
Any luck?
Not really, no. I did stand up briefly, I remember, but I was quite popular on the shores because all the Beach Boys used to come and watch me surf, and really I was quite flattered. I thought, oh, well, I'm doing all right then. But actually they came because I did the most spectacular wipeouts anyone had ever seen in the history of Cornish surfing. And later on, I used to come down here out of season because I sort of liked the remoteness of it, you know, and the very particular atmosphere. And I'd see a bit of Padstow and Loo and places like that, and I'd come down here and we'd stay, you know, for a weekend or so.
Hi, Boise.
Yeah, very well, thank you. And you?
Very happy, very happy.
Very happy to see you too.
Stay in the boat, Boise?
Yeah, sure.
Boise and Beyond is John's second book and traces his life from 1985 to present day. And he's dedicated the book to the men and women of the Lizard lifeboat crew.
The transition's gone well, is it?
Yeah, yes, right.
It was my birthday, and Carol, who's very good at surprising me.
Your wife?
My wife, yes. She took me down because we'd stayed near the Lizard Lifeboat and discovered it, I mean, some years previously. And it's just the most extraordinary place, and they do such a wonderful job there. And I was riveted by it, and she surprised me by taking me down to the Lizard Lifeboat. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know. I thought we were just going to look at it, but the whole crew were out there. The coxswain then, Phil Burgess, was waiting for me and said, "Oh, John, I'm glad you've turned up. We're a bit short-handed and we need to go out on an exercise. Wonder if you'd help us out." And I went, what? Ever since I was a child, I'd wanted to go out on a lifeboat, and she'd organised the whole thing, and I went out on the Lizard Lifeboat.
Did you go down the slip?
Yeah, down the slip.
I've never done that.
They made me stand at the back, knowing full well that the water was going to come up and straight up my back, and I got to drive it. That's the wrong phrase, isn't it? But
is skipper it or?
Skipper, yes, probably. Phil was quite nearby with his hand on the.
Yeah, he was.
Not that. No. He said, "Oh, well, next time, John. Next time you come out, we'll do a rescue." I thought, I know they're going to try and rescue as well, but no, I've been down there several times since, and so I got quite a connection with them.
Unbeknown to John, I've arranged for the Lizard Lifeboat crew to come and meet him for a surprise reunion.
A proper hello.
Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, nice to see you.
You remember Andrew Coxon?
Yes, yeah. Yes, I do remember. How can I forget?
How could you forget?
How are you doing? Right? Yeah, very well, thanks.
Kevin, one of our new crew members.
Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Hey, congratulations.
Jeff, our head launcher.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you. Yeah.
And Adam was on the boat with you. How you doing?
Yeah. No, so it was one of the great thrills of my life, that I have to say. I was just... What's a picture of it? You've seen a picture of it?
Must still remember the scream.
Yeah. I'm a patron of the Lizard Lifeboat, and I was at the launch of their new boat. They raised an awful lot of money, and I helped quite a bit with that, I suppose.
He hasn't only dedicated the book to the station, he became the ambassador for our Lizard Tamar Lifeboat Appeal, and helped us to raise, I think, about £380,000 towards the new lifeboat. He promoted it nationally wherever he went. He carried buckets, he raised money, and he has since, as I say, dedicated the book to the RNLI and the men and women specifically of our station.
Yeah.
No, we were delighted to come here, and it's the least we could, least we could consider doing.
It's always nice for people to come and visit Cornwall. We're right on the end, but we don't like to be left out. We brought the kids down here to meet them today, and looking forward to it.
Because we don't often get many authors and famous people coming this far down, especially to do book signings. I think it's brilliant.
Can you do an impression of Boise?
Yeah, I think I can.
Go on, do one.
It's not very good, though.
Well, we'll see.
Molly.
Oh no, Molly.
From Shropshire. That's about the best I can do. So.
Can you do a Marley?
No, I can't. No, I haven't got my tight trousers on.
And the book, Boise and Beyond, that he's dedicated to the crew from Cornwall, contains many amusing stories and anecdotes. Well worth a read.
I just started thinking about, I live with this character every day of my life. And people always say to me, "I'm sorry, I don't know your real name, but I only know you as Boise." You know, and you must.
Did that make you cross, or
no? Not really. I
frustrated.
I started off thinking, I've created something that people like, and it means something to people. So when did you start watching the shows, George?
I always watch only Voices and I love it.
Because you weren't even born when we started, were you?
I've got all the...
You got it all, eh? Yeah. Who's your favourite character then, you think? Me? Yeah, I thought so.
It's iconic. It's one of the major TV characters of
it seems so.
A national treasure. Boise is a national treasure.
Very kind of you to say so. When it's the sort of thing, when you start off, you always dream about being a household name and being recognised in the street, you know. So, and then it happens, and you can't suddenly say, "Oh no, I don't want that anymore." And everybody in that series, it's been so successful. Roger Lloyd Pack, who plays Trigger, everybody will say that it'll be the most famous thing they'll ever do. It doesn't matter what they do, however much Shakespeare they do in the National Theatre or Royal Shakespeare Company, however many Hollywood films, it's not as good as Boise, Del Boy, Trigger, whatever it is. Who shall I put this to?
As an actor myself, I was particularly touched by John's words to the future generations of actors.
I get asked all the time, how do I become an actor? I'd like to be an actor, or parents will say, my son would like to be an actor, or my daughter, how does she go about it, And it's a very different world to when I started, because you could just sort of fall into it, and if you had anything about you, you get passed around the reps, and you gain experience like that, and eventually you get an equity card and you become part of the profession, It's very much more difficult these days. I suppose the best way is to go to drama school or something, but I just thought it'd be nice to just sort of say something about two people who might be thinking about it. If I have any advice to pass on to aspiring young actors, it would be go for it, but watch out and be ready for the rough bits. If you're not careful, they can hurt. But when it's good, it's very, very good.
Well, John, I know you've been coming down to Cornwall for many, many years. What is it that keeps you coming back?
I think it's a sort of otherness about Cornwall. It's the old tradition that the Tamar, the River Tamar, was the Great Barrier, and this was a separate country in some terms. I mean, I don't want to make any opinion about that at all, but there is a sense of other place about it, which I've always liked and been fascinated by. And it's something about the remoteness, the wildness, the wonderful coastline and so on. And I think the people are very particular
And
sort of people,
proud.
very proud people of their piece of England.
And being out and about with John in Cornwall, it's obvious he's noticed and treasured wherever he goes.
I meet an awful lot of people that I've never met before. Every day of my life, practically, someone will come up and say something.
So you'll recognise wherever you go?
Yes. I'm not one of these people who says, no, don't bother me, I'm not him off the telly. I mean, because those are the people who turn the telly on to put you where you are, so I think you sort of owe them something. That's my view.
But with the population of Portscatho now so engrossed in his new book, John has to rely on the charms of Boise and beyond to get a drink.
Excuse me, could I have a brandy, please? Young woman, can I have a cognac, please? Thank you.
Who that was?
No, probably a second homeowner.
Oh, thought I'd seen him somewhere before.
Oh.
What do you think Boise would think of Cornwall? Because I know you now live in the country, not in Cornwall, but what would Boise?
Well, I think Boise would probably think, it's a bit empty. There's not much going on at all, and the people were sort of, nobody's going to buy my cars, are they? They just mostly drive horse and carts, don't they, these days? Yes. These people, probably a bit behind the times down here, sort of quite folksy, I suppose quite fun, really. But I don't think he'd bother with it, really, to be honest. He'd much rather go to Dubai or the Seychelles. He needs a conurbation. He needs somewhere to put his car showroom. And I mean, where are the people? Eh?
Yes.
Out in the country, living in mud huts mostly, probably.
A bit like Varian, really.
Yes. A bit like where I live, in Shropshire.
Thank you for watching this week's Cornwall Channel. We would love to hear from you, your thoughts and ideas for future Cornish programmes. This dedicated weekly channel for Cornwall on Sky and Freesat aims to deliver information and local programmes. If you have any news you think we should cover, then please get in touch using our website at cornwallchannel.co.uk or via our Facebook and Twitter pages. See you next week.
This Cornwall Channel broadcast has been in part funded by the following companies: Mitchell and Webber,